Taurus, and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week of August 10th. Guys, we just had that beautiful 8 lines portal energy just really ramping up. Now, if you guys are looking for your weekly love forecast, I've already created that for you, and that link is down below. And thank you so much for my Patreon supporters. When you do support me on Patreon, you have access to all 12 love readings every week. It's an additional 48 videos a month. Now, this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, so check all three. And if you're unsure, there's a free calculator to help you out with that down below. All right, Taurus, let's jump right into this week and see what's going on for you. Ooh, popping right up. Whoa. What's going on, Taurus? And a theme for the week. Oh, Taurus, this is a powerful week for you. 8 of Swords, Divine Guidance, 9 of Swords, King of Coins, the Moon, Change Your Life, Strength card, Decision card. The New Beginnings is the theme of the week. What is that? 6 major arcanas for you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 6. This is a huge week of soul evolution and development and shift. Now, when you have the 8 of Swords, the Divine Guidance card, you guys are really breaking out of this mental space, Taurus, that's keeping you stuck. If you think, oh, this is the reason I can't move forward, or this is the reason, it's not. And I'm not putting it all on you, but there is a lack of either courage or confidence mentally, I might add, that keeps you stuck. And you might have trouble pinpointing that because it's subconscious. And when things are subconscious, it's not conscious, you know, but you're making courageous decisions this week, and you're not doing it alone, but you're making the decision to break free from cycles, procrastination, things that are toxic, things that don't serve you. You're learning to walk away, let go, and face fears, because at the end of the day, fears aren't real. They feel so freaking real, like their own entity, but they're not. And sometimes the idea of something is far scarier than the actuality of it. Now, you have the Divine Guidance card. You're going to be doing this with help. You might notice you might need the help of a therapist, a life coach, a healer in some way, or just a really objective and trusted friend or mentor who's going to help keep the objectivity, keep that space. So as you move and try to maneuver your way to making better decisions, it's like that light. It's like that lighthouse when you're in a storm, like this mental storm. No matter how much things might toss and turn within, when you keep your eyes focused on where you're trying to go, you know how to navigate yourself through. So just have patience with yourself this week. We have the 9 of Swords, which has so much to do with stress and anxiety, worry, shame, guilt, shoulda, coulda, woulda. What if this happens? What if that happens? Swords are mental in nature. Okay, so, and the mind is the most powerful thing when it comes to directing things. Now, the heart and the electromagnetic field is more powerful, but our mind is, if you're gonna master anything, focus on that. Because the universe is saying you're gonna create problems. When you have the 9 of Swords, you create self-fulfilling prophecies, you trip over your own feet, you know, from your lips to God's ears. And the universe is saying everything you're afraid of, as scary as it is, and they might say, we know that it's hard to kind of grasp, but everything that you're worried about isn't going to happen. 99.9% of the things you're stressed about ain't going to come to pass. But there must be a level of surrender or conscious action on your part. When it comes to 9 of Swords, just surrender it. It's like, universe, please intervene on my behalf. Take this stress and worry from me. Fill me with peace and direction. And if you notice 5 minutes later that you're stressing about it, well, then you know what? You do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. And then you enlist the help of that objective party to help keep you focused. And we have the King of Coins. Now, what I'm seeing here is that there's going to be changes in certain emotional arenas. There might be toxic work environments, mental environments, relationships. And if you've watched me long enough, you know I always say this, but your financial world always mirrors your emotional world. Always, because they have to do with worth, self-worth, financial worth. The universe just hears worth. So if you're in a toxic environment or relationship, you tend to really struggle with your finances, because if you feel like you're in a place emotionally low and not heard or valued or respected, you tend to struggle here and manifest other arenas where you're not valued, like work. So it takes 10 times harder to get that promotion or recognition. What I see here is that you're actually making decisions to get out, to free yourself mentally. And the first thing it's going to affect is your money in a very positive way. When you have that King of Coins, there are a lot of opportunities that weren't there all of a sudden pop up. You could have been applying for jobs, nothing, and all of a sudden this week you start making changes in your mental world, and bam, 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 bam. And these are very lucrative, very successful. Say yes to these, and it's reflective of that new sense of freedom and confidence and facing that fear. I love this. We have the moon and change your life. You are facing your fears and improving your plans in order to embrace these radical, and when I say radical, kind of in your face, out of nowhere, and maybe different than the norm opportunities. No more procrastination. You're breaking free. Everything about this spread is about breaking free from bonds we tie ourselves with. And when we do that, and like, whoa, it's not that bad. I thought it was going to be scary. I thought it was going to be horrible, but actually I feel so much better. And I made space within myself, and the universe is filling it with all these good things, because the reason I made space was because I loved myself out of self-respect and confidence and bravery for me. And so it brings in situations that reflect that self-confidence and self-respect and self-love. Do you understand? And as a result, all of these opportunities are, I'm telling you, the universe abhors a vacuum. When something leaves, it fills something else. But all these revelations, listen to your gut, Taurus. What the thing is that you know what feels right and you feels wrong, but our mind, our fear is what keeps us stuck. We have the strength card and the decision card. There are definitely going to be some forms of walking away from things. We can call them breakups if you want to. It could be romantic. It could be professional. It can be that longtime friend who's been your business partner for 10 years and it's just not working anymore. But the reason you're walking away is because the only reason you stayed was because you lacked confidence. You lacked courage or bravery. And that could stem from many things, Taurus. Lack of self-love, uncertainty about our worth. Could I do it? What if I do this? And what if... We all have it. It's human. But you're doing it out of self-love. Not just for yourself, for everyone else. Because when you do something out of self-love, it's actually the right thing for other people too. You know, and in a really weird, like, roundabout way. And the decision is to break free. There's a huge theme of breaking free. Just breaking those chains within ourselves, our own fears, you know. The theme of the week is the new beginnings card. Yeah, this is a whole new path. And what I love about the new beginnings card, it's not just like, oh, walking away and everything's going to be fantastic. It's about being able to recognize the lesson. Because when we can recognize the purpose, the lesson, even the intention, whether conscious or unconscious, it helps us to let go. It helps us to realize, like, you know what, this was toxic, but I see my part. I see where I'm accountable to. And while this is not okay and that's not acceptable, I'm willing to recognize the lesson and the bigger theme, and I'm going to leave it here. I'm just going to leave it here in this chapter as I move forward, a forgiving and a releasing, or a letting go, or at least a letting be, as you move into this beautiful new phase of your life, Taurus. It's very brave, very brave. I'm very happy for you. Now, if you would like a more in-depth tarot session or soul reading, a healing session, or access to your weekly love forecast, those links are down below. Otherwise, guys, blessings to you. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week for next week's readings.